Pick number 1 through 40. All right. I'm going to pick number 26.
How do you typically deal with conflicts in a relationship?
Um, Dang. I don't like going first.
I I'll go.
Okay.
I used to just go nonverbal because I didn't know how to really communicate, and so I still do sometimes, and I don't really know what to say. Is it too loud?
No, it's good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I used to go nonverbal, but now I try to say it, even though I don't really know how to word it in the nicest way always, or I just don't know how to say it, but I try. So I try now. That's what I'll say.
I would say for me, how I deal with conflict in our relationship or just in, I don't know, just in our relationship, yeah, right? It's not like,
Communication.
yeah, communication. I would say the way I deal with it is communication, and I also deal with it with, um, I feel like I do a decent job communicating
Mm-hmm.
for the
You do.
most part.
Yeah.
Sometimes I shut down.
I think sometimes I have to like pull it out of you a little, but
Yeah, yeah, that is true,
like I
actually.
can tell, but you won't
Yeah,
say it. So,
yeah,
okay.
that's 100% actually what it is. I take back everything I just said. Um, I try to communicate mostly, but sometimes there's some things that are a little bit harder for me to communicate just openly, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
so then I like hide it, but I'm like wear my emotions on my sleeve, so it's super easy to tell. So then I just have to tell it anyways. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
a
it's
lot
not a
of people
bad
are
thing.
like that. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. But as long as you just try to communicate and are open with your other partner and like even if you tell your other partner like, dog, if we get in an argument over something stupid or something serious, just know I might shut down or I might blah blah blah. But just
Mm-hmm.
know that that's literally just my like what's the not fear tactic, but like my
Right.
emotional response
I do.
to
Yeah.
conflict.
I think that's awesome to like say so that they don't feel like it's them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I also think it's important to maybe try to like work on like what makes them comfortable too, so that they aren't stuck feeling like confused or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely see both sides because I've been on both sides. So I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Should we pick another one?
Yeah.
I lost my phone, so can I just pick
Okay.
another random number?
I'll pick four.
Okay.
How do you think we can best resolve conflicts when they arise? How did we pick like matching
That's
questions?
how, yeah,
I
that's really
swear I
weird.
didn't look.
That's really odd.
I don't even
Well,
remember because I was like, what the heck?
we basically just answered that without even
Yeah,
trying to.
I guess. I'm gonna do 11.
Okay.
Is there something about me that you hope I can change or improve for our relationship's sake?
No, I
A
don't
good
think so.
answer. Yeah. No.
I don't think there is.
I don't think I would be with someone that I needed to change.
Yeah,
So,
no. Because why
no.
would you do that? That's dumb.
I think there's maybe things we can work on together, but there's nothing I would want to like change or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm pretty freaking
You
happy.
gotta pick a number? Look at him in there.
I'm gonna pick 33.
It's already went over to look.
Yeah, you did.
Um, how do you handle uncertainty in our relationship?
Uncertainty. Uncertainty.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know what that really means, 'cause like I'm trying to think maybe at first, like when we first started dating, there was a lot of uncertainty just 'cause we didn't know anything really about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 'cause like we did, but like not.
Yeah, I think that was like the only time, really, because
there was uncertainty. But like,
we were both pretty good at communicating and stuff,
mm-hmm.
so it didn't last too long.
No. I'd say maybe like at first we were both maybe like quieter.
Yeah, 'cause you just don't really, you're testing the waters. You don't
Yeah.
know.
We're just putting like our
Shy, I
big
guess,
toe
at
in.
first.
Our big toe. We're just dipping
Yeah.
just to
Not that you
see.
should stay that way the whole time, because then they'll never really know who you are. But
Mm-hmm.
I think at first it's normal.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's probably how we handled uncertainty.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
would say I'm gonna flip the question and change it to how do we handle uncertainty? I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but
It's a tongue twister.
yeah, it is. Tongue twister. How we handle that now with, say, when things just randomly come up that we aren't planning for. Say, like a financial struggle or something like that. How in our relationship now do we handle that uncertainty? Because now there's like, you know, do you get kind of where I'm going with that?
Yeah,
I would say we handle it by once again communicating on kind of how we feel.
I agree. I think also that like we're both the type to figure it out on our own as much as we can first, and we like go to each other if it's like emergency or like
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
actually worried.
Yeah, there's a difference between like worried, like haha, and then like, oh my God, I'm worried.
Yeah,
Yeah, my whole body is shaking. Yeah, that whole thing. Um, so yeah, I think that's very valid.
yeah,
But okay, can I pick another crazy number?
yeah.
1 through 40. Let's pick number. Um, let's go 11.
I just picked 11.
Fuck. Let's go. 22.
What do you think is the most important thing you need to work on for this relationship? My communication. I
This
don't
and
think it's
yeah.
bad. I just like it comes out like covered in like nervousness because I don't really know how or what to say. But
Mm-hmm.
like I know I don't know. I know that I'm fine saying it. It's just like I don't know. I never was used to communicating normally. So,
Yeah.
but I don't think I do a bad job.
No, you definitely do not do a bad job. You do a good job.
Thanks.
What's something I would like to work on? Probably doing the dishes more.
Well,
I'm
thanks.
kidding. But not kidding.
There's some dishes in there
I
anyway in the
know.
house.
I know.
I'm just
That's
kidding.
why I said that, because I just like took a mental walk through our apartment right now in my head. Um, I don't know. I would say maybe like I don't know actually.
Hmm.
Which would you say there's something
I'm
that
not gonna say. I don't think so.
yeah, I don't know. I would say probably just communicating then,
Yeah.
because you can always be better at it. This episode's probably just gonna be called communicating,
Yeah, I guess it's kind
because that's kind of the theme
of
right
for
now.
it. Um, you want to pick another number?
Yeah, 6.
How can we support each other to become the best versions of ourselves?
Push each other. I think, like,
Yeah.
um, on days that like one of us don't want to do a pod or don't want to stream or don't want to do TikToks or I don't know or whatever. If
Mhm.
one of us doesn't want to, the other one always kind of helps push and is like, no, we should, or like work
Yeah.
harder, or like, because we both know what we want in life, but
We can also read the room though. We can tell if it's like absolutely and not a day for that.
yeah,
But if it's like, yeah, I think they might, then I give it a little push.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say just pushing one another to be better because we both know what we want in life and it takes work to get to that point. And if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get to that point. And then you're going to be sitting there in 20 years and be like, dang, I wish I did that.
Mhm.
I don't want to say I'm wishing anymore. I wish too much. Now I have to do.
Exactly.
My
I
time
like
running
it.
out. Not really, but like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of low
Mhm.
key. Like, boy, halfway to 30 almost. Damn.
I'm older, and don't say that.
I know. Mommy.
No. How can we support each other to become the best versions of ourselves? I think just listening to each other,
Mm-hmm.
like actually listening, what they're thinking, feeling, like actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they're like when you listen to what they're saying, you can actually get a feel for how they're really doing or feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Really listen. Does that make sense? I just jumble my words.
No, I just listened.
I
Understood. I got you.
don't know. I think just being a good listener is always, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like to be a good listener a lot of the times is to
That is being supportive, is listening to
yeah.
me. It's like making them feel like they're being seen and heard.
And I heard something where about this kind of where being like in a conversation if you feel like you're being heard, like most of the time it's because the person that's listening to you is asking questions about what you just said
Mm-hmm.
and not asking about themselves. Like they're
Right.
actually just genuinely interested in what you're saying. So they're asking like, "Oh, you've never been to Colorado?" Or I don't know. Something like that was a absolutely putrid example, but you kind of know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kinda. What was the basics of it?
What was the basis of what I just said?
It was like to repeat back what they're saying.
Yeah. It's to be a good listener. Like,
Mm-hmm.
basically, just
But what
adding.
about Colorado?
That was just a
I mean, that's
random.
what confused me there.
I don't blame you.
You like took me from one side of my brain all the way to the other to Colorado.
Yeah, it took you from East Coast to the West.
But no, yeah, I think people responding questions about what you're talking about shows that they listen for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just people like just genuinely like listening and hearing you out, even if they don't have much to say. You can
Yeah.
tell
Yeah, you
there's a
can tell.
difference.
There is a difference. You
Yeah.
can tell a lot in like a person's eyes.
Exactly. And just, I don't know, you can feel it when someone sees you, like actually sees you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it feels like different.
It
Like
does
they're
feel
not
different.
just like listening, like they're hearing you out,
Yeah.
getting it. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
All right. Should I pick one? Or I pick the last one?
I know, I feel like I'm cheating because I'm looking at it.
I know. I'll pick this one because I'm cool. 38.
What do you appreciate the most about our relationship? Your consistency.
Aw.
Your communication. I don't know. I never have to like think about if you love me or if like anything. I don't know. I just never have to think about anything bad with you. I just know that you love me and that you're here always
Mm-hmm.
for whatever.
Aw. I would say peace.
Oh, that too. It's cute.
Like when I'm here with you and stuff, like I just feel like at peace.
It is really peaceful.
It is. It's like we're in our own little Zen bubble.
Like I don't have any worries for once in my life.
Mm-hmm. even though like there's 100% things to be like
Yeah, it's kind of
worried
weird. I
about.
have like actually quite a few worries right now that I should be worried about, but I
Literally,
don't
like
know.
not. I'm in such a good like mental spot
I have
where
so
it's.
many other things that I didn't think I would have years ago, so I'm just appreciating that right now and trying not to worry about things that
Mm-hmm.
I know I will figure out because I figured everything else out. So
Yeah,
why wouldn't
everything
I?
everything gets figured out eventually. Like,
Yeah, I think everything shapes you into the person you are, and every bad thing that happens to you happens for a reason, and you might not know what that is for like 10 years or the next day. Who knows? But it all happens for a specific reason, and
mm-hmm.
sucks, but it shapes you.
Yeah, it shapes you and it makes you who you are today.
Definitely, yeah.
Given those experiences, you know.
This is like all the things suck, but I don't think I would take it back because I wouldn't be the same person I am, and I wouldn't feel the same way I do about things.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I wouldn't take it
I
back either.
appreciate my view of life. I'll say.
And I think that's really important
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like when a person doesn't have, like, if they're sad or anxious or depressed or I don't know, you just gotta connect with something
And just not give up. Just
and
keep
just not
going.
give
Just
up.
know that you've made it through everything else, and you're gonna make it through the rest too.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, but if you just keep pushing, you'll keep going.
If you
You'll
keep
be
pushing,
surprised.
exactly, yeah. If you keep pushing and
You look back
just
and be like, dang, there's
look
nothing now.
for
Or I guess it
something,
was everything, but
yeah, just look for something that for however long you do it, if it's a minute you do it, or if you do that thing for 6 hours, just do whatever that thing is. Unless if it's like hurting people, then like just become a
yeah, don't do
boxer or
that.
something. But like if it's video games or singing or whatever it is, if it genuinely gives you enjoyment when you're at your darkest moments, just do that and try to make something out of that.
hmm
And I know it's easier said than done, but we've all
Once you
kind of
get
been
going,
there.
the hardest part is getting up and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get started, it's easy because you enjoy it and you like it and it's what you wanted to do. You're just scared to get up and do it.
Yeah.
But now that you're doing it, you're like, wow, I wish I did this earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. And with that being said, I'm gonna pick question 17.
1738.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Shorty's licking his leg.
What worries you the most about our relationship? I don't have any really worries,
I
honestly.
don't really have any worries either. I would say,
This is like the first time I haven't had any, like we were just saying, no
yeah, we
worries.
were just saying that. That's why it's also
So,
kind of weird that we just picked that question randomly again.
what else can we do here? You want to pick another?
Yeah, I'll pick main. I'll pick 20 freaking 29.
What's most important to you in maintaining healthy communication in our relationship?
What's most important to me while communicating in healthiness? Say it one more time.
What's most important to you? I lost it.
Okay. What's most important to
What's
me?
most important to you in maintaining healthy communication in our relationship?
Period.
Period.
I would say, mm, it's a weird question.
I know I don't really know how to
I
answer
don't
it.
know how to answer it either. I would say just like,
By
talking.
maintaining it.
Yeah, just
I don't know.
you ever just try just using your mouth and just talking? I don't know.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from being with me?
Hmm. Do you have one that you can think of right
Yeah.
away? You do?
You don't have to prove yourself to be loved.
Uh,
Why you look at me like that?
what do you mean?
You almost like you give me a crazy look.
Because I love you.
You're like, what the hell did she just say to me?
Nah, I was comprehending. That's what all my teachers were just looking at.
Sorry.
They were all getting that look.
Not sorry.
I would say mine would be like, I don't know, not put myself, no, I was gonna say not put myself first, but I definitely do when it's like right, but I
I
also
think it's
like,
okay though. Like you're supposed to put yourself first.
mm-hmm.
If you don't, then it makes all your other relationships fail. Lauren said, "Do you want a paddle boat?" The fuck is a paddle boat?
A paddle boat is like that little, that square thing in the water with the pedals.
No, what would I do with that?
Um, I don't know, because we don't really
If
have,
she gives me the paddle boat, I'm leaving. I'm going to Hawaii.
what is pedal around?
No, I'm paddling to Hawaii, and then I'm gonna stay there.
Wow. We're gonna have to Zoom for the podcast.
Can't you just meet me out there?
Meet me at her spot. Can you catch a vibe? Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
That was like what, 2021 probably? 2022?
Yeah.
Around there.
Yeah. That's
Probably.
like Will Smith's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Willow.
Willow.
Which is kind of funny. Cause like, what if their name is actually Will, middle name O, and then last name Smith? So you have to pronounce their entire name. So it's just Willow Smith.
Um, I don't know.
What you know about that?
Willow, Willow, Willow.
Willow, 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 under my umbrella. What's your favorite animal besides?
A
Okay,
cat.
no, 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 no. Let me rephrase this question. What's your favorite animal out of these two animals? Anteater, armadillo.
Armadillo.
Sick. Same.
Who's picking an anteater? Gross. Why are they even
Dora.
called that?
I feel like Dora would pick an
Don't
anteater.
talk about Dora like that. I love Dora.
Wasn't there an anteater on Dora?
I named my first dog after Boots from Dora. It was a
Boots.
Chihuahua, and his name was Boots. He was a little cutie pie.
Shut up, Boots.
Yeah, shout out Boots. He lived to be like 22 years old or something.
Wow.
Who knows?
Which is like 198 in doggy years.
He went to my mom's friend when I was a kid. Like probably every other dog I had. And my
Damn.
dad would just let it outside and say it ran away.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Sorry, I was kidding. I'm not kidding.
That's
My Uncle
terrible.
Ben told me that.
Well, with that, guys,
Good night.
good night and
See you later,
farewell.
alligator.
Peace, doggies.